Fighting back against unjust authority is a muscle that you build in the same way that mindfulness or discipline aren't things that any of us are inherently born with. We all need to build them through intentional practice. One way to strengthen your mind and body against oppression is through Anarchist Calisthenics. And the best part is, you don't need a gym membership to do them. When you make a rational, calculated decision to break a norm or law that you don't agree with, you are exercising with Anarchist Calisthenics. These don't need to be huge things. The simplest acts of defiance count, like jaywalking or dyeing your hair a funny color. The key is to make these small performances of resistance against authority and conformity part of your day-to-day life. What this does is develops your ability to think and act independently of a system of authority. This is what develops your spirit of resistance to systems that are trying to restrict your freedoms. I'm going to read this quote from James C. Scott, the author of 2 Cheers for Anarchism, who coined the term Anarchist Calisthenics. One day, you will be called on to break a big law in the name of justice and rationality. Everything will depend on it. You have to be ready. How are you going to prepare for that day when it really matters? You have to stay in shape so that when the big day comes, you'll be ready. What you need is Anarchist Calisthenics. Break some trivial law that makes no sense, like jaywalking. Use your own head to judge whether that law is just and reasonable. That way, you'll keep trim, and when the big day comes, you'll be ready. Making the act of resistance to authority part of who you are as a person is the core of revolutionary optimism. You have to internalize the fact that what is possible is not constrained by what the ruling class, the people in charge, are willing to hand over to us. But freedom isn't free. There are always downstream effects on our communities and ourselves when we take action against authority. So let's take a minute to talk about consequences after I go play in this jungle gym for a second.